Walked 1,000 roads I swore would make me who I am. Every promise turned to smoke between my calloused hands. I thought that grit and stubborn pride were armor strong enough, but even steel corrodes with time when it's never touched by love. I've carried debts I didn't know and worn masks I didn't choose, fought battles with invisible foes only to feel I'd lose. Every victory felt hollow, every step a heavier load, and the man I thought I'd become was buried down that road. Strength isn't standing rigid, it's bending without shame. It's knowing when to let go and admit the heart's own flame. These are the ashes of my old resolve, the remnants of the man I was, burned away by truth and pain, by choices I almost lost. I can rebuild from what remains, from the fire that's still inside, a stronger man emerging from the ashes I can't hide. I've heard the ones I love most with silence dressed in pride, kept my fears like treasure and my tears locked inside. Silence grows like poison, pride becomes a chain. I've learned its strength to loosen what I thought I had to maintain. Now I stand with clearer vision, not invincible, not free, but wiser for the battles that shape the man I see. The past is still a teacher, the scars a testament that even in destruction a man can reinvent. Ashes don't mean ending, they're just the ground for seed. Even when you're burned and broken, you can plant what you need. And if your melody is courage and pain can be your guide, then rising from the ruins is where true strength resides. These are the ashes of my old resolve, but I don't mourn what's gone. I carry fire in a steady weight, I carry light to dawn. I'll be a man who learns from loss, not blinded by regret. From the ashes of my old resolve, I'll ride without forgetting yet. So if my voice sounds tempered and my step more sure than before, it's not the past that holds me down, it's the lessons I explore. I've burned, I've bled, I've fallen, but from the fire I evolved, a man remained refined and whole, from ashes that resolve. Ashes that resolve, yeah. Cigarette smoke curls through the night, flickering shadows in the dim light. Your perfume lingers on my coat, a bitter scent I can't denote. I said I'd change, I'd make it right, but pride kept me from holding tight. Piano hums beneath the bar, every note reminds me of a scar. You asked for love that stayed sincere, I offered charm and disappeared. Now every whisper, every sigh pulls me down where angels lie. Mirror shows a lonely man, paying for what I never planned. No applause, no gentle cheer, just the blues and lingering fear. Cigarette shadows on the wall, haunting me past midnight's call. I had your heart in steady hand, now I walk through empty land. Blues crawling slowly deep and low, every chord reminds me so. I was rich in love, I lost. Now I bear the call. Streetlight flickers in my eyes, every step a compromise. Your laughter echoes down the lane, filling every drop of pain. I thought my world would guide me through, but nothing heals what I undo. If I could trade this heavy crown for one more night to calm you down, I'd lay aside my stubborn ways and beg forgiveness for my days. Cigarette shadows on the wall, haunting me past midnight's call. I had your heart in steady hand, now I walk through empty lands. Blues crawling slowly deep and low, every chord reminds me so. I was rich in love, I lost. Now I bear the cost. Smoke drifts upward slow and thin, like the love I let slip in. A gentleman with hollow hands, walking out of twilight lands. smoke curling to the ceiling, like the truth I kept from feeling. Mahogany bar, midnight crowd, laughing just a little too loud. Your reflection in my glass fades with every minute past. I said love would understand, now it slips right through my hands. Black leather shoes on checkered floor, you stood waiting by the door. Eyes so steady, soft but strong, knew I'd been wrong all along. You asked for heart without disguise, I gave you charm and alibis. Thought your patience had no end, now I'm begging just to mend. I was king of my own parade, every promise delayed. Never thought the cost would be losing you and losing me. Cigars and second chances, slow sad midnight dances. I had your love beneath my name, now I drown in shame. The blues roll low and bittersweet, like footsteps on an empty street. If love was gold inside my hand, I let it turn to sand. Taxi lights and pouring rain, city humming with my pain. Your last goodbye still echoes clear, ringing louder every year. I said forever like a line, spoken smooth with aged wine. But forever don't survive when pride's the one that drives. If heaven grants a man one plea, let it bring you back to me. I trade this tailored life I wear for one more night of honest care. I'd lay my ego on the floor and close the distance to your door. Cigars and second chances, lost romantic glances. I had your world inside my arms, safe from all harm. Now the blues keep whispering low about the girl I let go. If mercy waits somewhere above, send back my love. Cigar burned down to the end, like a heart that couldn't bend, in the smoke where memories stand. I remain a broken man. There's a low brass moon on the avenue, neon trembling like I do. glass in hand, heart on fire, burning down on old desire. Your shadow lingers by the door, like you walked out once before. I said love was just a game, now I choke upon your name. Velvet night and a barroom band playing slow like they understand. Every chord in minor key sounds like what you saw in me. You wanted truth without disguise, I gave you smoke and alibis. Now the mirror don't look kind to a gentleman who crossed the line. I was steady with a drink in hand, but weak where love would stand. Thought you'd wait forevermore, now you're gone beyond that door. Ashes in my whiskey glass, watching all our good days pass. I had heaven in my arms, now I'm haunted by its charms. The blues fall heavy, thick and slow, like a truth I didn't show. I let the only angel go, now I reap what pride has sown. Street light flickers, rain on chrome, every road just leads me home to an empty bed and quiet walls, where your memory softly calls. Your laughter echoes in my head, in every word I left unsaid. I wore my ego like a crown, now it's dragging me down. If I could trade this tailored suit for one more night of honest truth, I'd fall down on my knees, beg your heart to hear my plea. But time don't bend for men like me, it lets them drown slowly. Ashes in my whiskey glass, love too strong for me to grasp. I held gold but chose the flame, now regret's my only name. The blues keep whispering in the dark, like a cold and broken spark. I let the only angel go, and now I walk alone. Bottle empty night so long, every silence feels so wrong. In the dark where shadows stand, Amen. A broken man. A broken man. the pavement like a drum. I walk alone when no one comes. My coat is soaked, my hands are cold, and night replays the stories I've told. Every alley whispers my name. Every shadow knows my shame. I've carried guilt like iron chains, and every step just fans the flame. I saw my reflection in a puddle deep, a man who doesn't sleep, eyes hollow, jaw tight, walking the city like a ghost at night. I've loved, I've lost, I've burned, I've bled, and the ghosts of my past follow where I tread. Bones in the rain, echoing pain, a soul that survives but will never be the same. No one hears the screams I hide, no one feels the storm inside. I've learned to smile, I've learned to bluff, but strength is never quite enough. Bones in the rain I carry alone, every memory a stepping stone. The sky pours grief onto my face, but I keep moving through empty space. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am here, a man forged in shadow and fear. I passed the bar where we used to meet, ghosts of laughter in the heat. The whiskey's gone, the fire's dead, just ash and smoke where we once bled. I light a match, watch it flicker low, the flame dances slow, like time moving slow. I am a witness, a man undone, but I still walk through the midnight sun. Maybe strength is knowing pain, maybe courage is the rain, maybe life is carried deep in the promises you never keep. Bones in the rain I carry alone, every memory a stepping stone. The sky pours grief onto my face, but I keep moving through empty space. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am here, a man forged in shadow and fear. See me in the dark, know the weight I've left in the park. Bones in the rain, shadows in my veins. I am the storm that never wanes. caretaker on cracked stone. I walk this city all alone. Your laugh still echoes in my head, like a ghost I can't forget. I said I'd love you, thought I could, but pride and whiskey changed the mood. Paving cold beneath my shoes, every step reminds me of you. Barrooms humming neon bleeds, filling nights with broken deeds. You needed me, I turned away. Now I pay for yesterday. The alley shows a man who reaps the seeds he sows. No applause, no gentle cheer, just the blues and lingering fear. Broken street lights, heavy rain, I carry the weight of this shame. I had your heart, I let it fall. Now I wander through it all. Blues crawling deep beneath my skin. Every shadow I walk in. I was rich in love I lost. Now I pay the cost. Taxi horns and midnight cries, every corner hides your eyes. I chase a night, I chase a thrill, ignore the one I love still. Now every echo, every sound pulls me under, drags me down. Mercy comes along the street, I'd kneel, admit defeat. No more walls, no more disguise, just a man who sees your eyes. Broken street lights, heavy rain, I carry the weight of this shame. I had your heart, I let it fall. Now I beneath my skin. Every shadow I walk in. I was rich in love I lost. Now I pay the cost. Street fades into the night, I'm a shadow in the dim light. Gentlemen with hollow hands, walking out when nothing stands. I walk with my shoulders square, chest pressed tight against the world. People see the armor I've made, the silence neatly curled. But beneath the surface, shadows move. Old fears I never fight. Even in the strongest posture, there's a man who praise at night. I've built my life on discipline, on keeping every pain inside. Swallowed truths I couldn't speak, and swallow pride with every stride. They say control is character, that grit is all a man needs. But control is just a fortress where the soul quietly bleeds. It's not the weight of the world outside that breaks a man in two. It's the things he keeps within that demand his quiet truth. Beneath the surface of a man lies the heart he hides so well. The battles, the regrets, the love he's too afraid to tell. It's not weakness to admit the cracks or let someone see the pain. Strength grows in honesty, not just standing in the rain. I watched my father walk this path, never showing he could bend. Taught me to be unshakable, even when you cannot pretend. But I learned the hard lesson that courage is more than grit. It's letting the people who love you see the parts you never admit. My son asks me questions now, with eyes that pierce my pride. I tell him stories of my scars and don't try to hide. 'Cause a measure of a man is not what he survives, it's what he lets others witness when the armor takes a dive. Maybe real strength is fragile, maybe it bends to last. Maybe life is not a race, but a road to face the past. And maybe every man should know it's not the storm outside, it's the calm to share your heart where the truth resides. Beneath the surface of a man lies a story deeply sown. Not the victories he brags about, but the fears he's always known. And if he dares to show the cracks, he's no less of a man. For strength is what he builds again, with a heart he lets expand. So if my voice is low tonight, and my gaze not as tall, know that beneath this surface I am human after all. And if strength is truly measured by the courage to withstand, then I am a stronger man for letting you see the man. Headlights smear on busted glass. Another siren climbs the sky. My boots drink all along the tracks, breathing smoke instead of light. Concrete rain falling on my face again, washing out my painted name till I'm just another stain. Concrete rain beat me down and try to fade, but I grow up through the drain. Yeah, a blooming concrete rain. Bar sign flickers half the word. Cheap gin burning through my dial. Your ghost leans in from every curve. Every laugh sounds like your mouth. Concrete rain falling on my face again, washing out my painted name till I'm just another stain. Concrete rain beat me down and try to fade, but I grow up through the drain. Yeah, I bloom in concrete rain. Yeah, I bloom. You said this town would chew us up. You were right, but I'm still here. Drinking rust from paper cups, turning rust into a prayer. Concrete rain falling on my face again, washing out my painted name till I'm just another stain. Concrete rain beat me down and try to fade, but I grow up through the drain. I keep pushing through the pain. Yeah, I'm in concrete rain.
Borrowed light from a neon sign, shining on this heart of mine. Midnight leaning on the wall, watching shadows rise and fall. You stood quiet, soft and sure of a love that could endure. I said, baby, I need space. Now I miss your gentle grace. Silver rain on window pane, mapping out my hidden shame. Your reflection in the glass fades each time a taxi passes. You asked me for a simple truth, not excuses dressed as proof. I gave you charm, I gave delay, watched you slowly slip away. I was loud beneath the crowd, too stubborn, far too proud. Thought your heart would always stay till it walked away. Living on borrowed light tonight. Since you took the warmth from sight, I had heaven in my hands. Now I barely stand. The blues roll low and slow and deep through the promises I couldn't keep. If love was gold beneath my skin, I let the dark rush in. Bar stool turning on its heel, like a truth I couldn't feel. Your laughter echoes down the hall, softest sound of all. I chased applause and restless dreams, ignored the fragile seams. Now every mirror shows a man who failed to understand. If I could shed this tailored pride, stand with nothing left to hide, I'd run back through the pouring rain and beg to ease your pain. But time don't bend for broken vows, it only leaves me now, living on borrowed light tonight, haunted by what once was right. I had forever by my side, lost it to my pride. The blues keep whispering your name through every drop of rain. I let the only angel go. Now I walk alone, neon fading into gray, taking borrowed light away. In the dark where I remain, I feel the rain.
I walk the streets at midnight, neon dripping like blood on wet stone. Reflections stare back at me, faces I've never fully known. Every shadow hides a question, every mirror whispers doubt. I'm chasing pieces of a man I've lost and can't figure out. I've carried names that weren't mine, lives I borrowed to survive. I wore a mask that fit the world, but never let my soul arrive. The city hums beneath my feet, a soundtrack to my fear. I ask the wind for answers, but it only breathes my tears. Who am I beneath the weight, beneath the mass and the chains? Do I exist in the echo, or only in the pain? Echoes of myself I search in vain, through nights of fire, through endless rain. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am lost, I am found, a man wandering without sound. Every step a revelation, every breath a fight. I seek the self I buried in the silence of the night. The skyline bleeds in amber light. I trace my hands along the walls. Graffiti speaks in broken tongue, stories of men who took the falls. I hear a voice, maybe mine, whispering truths I need to see. The man I am, the man I want, collide inside this shadowed street. Maybe identity is forged in fire. Maybe the path is full of lies. Maybe a man becomes himself only when the old self dies. Echoes of myself I search in vain, through nights of fire, through endless rain. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am lost, I am found, a man wandering without sound. Every step a revelation, every breath a fight. I seek the self I bury in the silence of the night. The city sleeps, the lights dim low. I am still walking, letting darkness show. Echoes of myself in every street. A man incomplete, but still on his feet.